Let me know when we live.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We live? All right, man. How's everybody doing today, man? This is Corey Lee's Boxing. I got two special guests. One is a regular, but definitely got a special guest. I'm gonna let them guys introduce themselves. So y'all take the mic, man. Introduce yourself.
Shit, it's your boy.
Go ahead, Trey.
Yeah, it's your boy Trey X, man. I ain't really doing nothing major as far as having no major channel or nothing. I just come on here and chop it up with my boys a little bit.
Ty Legacy, this is my first appearance.
You know your boy.
Ty Legacy Boxing Chat.
Believe that, man. So yeah, man, I want to jump straight into it, man. It's a bunch of shit circling around Canelo. I mean, pretty much dog shit has Canelo's name written all over it. I mean, he's been a dirty ass fighter lately, man. And they finally suspended his ass, man. But the catch to the suspension is he still gets to fight. Y'all's thoughts on this, man. This is fucking crazy, dude. I want to hear y'all's thoughts on this, man.
Go ahead, Trey.
Go ahead, Trey X.
Well, I mean, it's a joke to me because, I mean,
Damn, man.
this is
Right when I thought, I don't mean to cut you off, but right when I thought everything was good and everything was, the commission was great, they suspended him. Now we get this shit. This fight still goes on. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. I mean it's a suspension, but it's not a suspension. I mean, if you're able to still train and prepare for a fight, like what is the punishment? Like, come talk to me if he gets suspended for a year. Then I start thinking. Then I respect it. You know what I'm saying? But if you still training for a fight and you still gonna have it on the same date, the one of the best dates to have a fight on, ain't it on Cinco de Mayo?
Yes, sir.
Well, I mean, what is he losing? Like, what is the punishment? You know what I'm saying? So it don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah, how you feel about it, Ty Legacy? Ty Legacy, you still there?
Oh,
I think he ran off real quick. I think he put his shit down. But yeah, man, my personal opinions about the whole situation, man, is I think it's fucked up, man. I think Canelo's getting a red carpet, Trey. I mean, goddamn, dude. How many fucking times are they gonna give him a slap on the wrist and say keep going? You know what I mean? I mean, from my understanding, this is not his first time with running with I don't think he's got a squeaky clean record. You know what I mean? I mean, the assumption of Canelo being clean, this could damage his career and his legacy. This could put a tarnish on his legacy, man. The Nevada State Commission, the same commission that does the Hall of Fame, they're pretty much suspending this guy, man. So it's serious, dude. I mean, but it's serious to a point where how the fuck are they gonna still let this guy fight, man? I mean, what kind of commission do we have, man? I mean, your thoughts on this, Trey X? I mean, they're gonna go on with the fight still, dude. Are they gonna still let this guy fight, man? I mean, what kind of commission do we have? I can hear my echo. My legacy, I can hear my echo. It sounds go on with the fight still, dude. Are they gonna still let this guy fight, man? I mean, what kind of commission do we have? Ty Legacy. I can hear my voice.
all right, it stopped.
Ty,
Hello.
is you having technical difficulty?
Can he hear you?
Ty Legacy, can you hear us?
Yeah, I guess he can't.
I don't know what the fuck he's doing. But yeah, man, back to what we was talking about. I honestly think Trey X, man, this shit's crazy, man. You know what I mean? I think, the way the shit's going down right now, man, I think it's fucked up, that everything's going down the way it's going down, man, because my personal opinion is I'm thinking that Canelo was gonna get suspended and the fight was gonna get postponed, man. How did you feel? I mean, is that what you thought?
I mean, they're not gonna mess their money out, bro. You know, money
That.
talk bullshit walk, bro. So it's pretty much telling you that it's pretty much showing you how much power Canelo has. And at the same time, I mean, it just lets you know that the commissions and stuff, man, they just worried about the money, man. They're not gonna mess that off. But they don't want to mess off the perception with the public either though. So that's why they try to throw this little suspension out there, because some people gonna just hear that word suspension and think it's legit and not dig deeper, you know what I'm saying? But real boxing fans know.
For sure, for sure, for sure, man. And I mean, this is another thing too, though, Trey X, man. This is gonna be almost $100 million fight when it's all said and done. With Canelo getting his split, Oscar De La Hoya getting his split, Tom Loeffler getting his split, and then you got Triple G getting his split. Oh, don't forget Abel Sanchez, Trey X, your favorite trainer.
Nah, don't put that jacket on me, bro. He ain't my favorite train.
I don't think he's anybody's favorite with our type of color, man.
I call him Wario.
Yo, the dude is off the chain, man, with the racist shit, man. But yeah, man. I mean, my personal opinion, man, with the whole Canelo fight, man, is I just think they're making a mockery of the whole situation, man. If this was, and this is another thing, man, from what I was told, Lucas Brown got caught with the same substance. It had got dropped from the WBA ranking, and he got stripped of his titles. He got stripped of his titles, man. You know what I'm saying? And got caught with the same shit, computer off. Lucas Brown, the one that's fighting right now, man. The
Hey,
guy that's fighting right now.
hey, bro. You know what they say the golden rule is? They say the golden rule is the man with the gold makes the rules. So Lucas Brown ain't bringing in enough money, bro.
You don't think you don't that's what you think it is?
Hey, man, money seems to be running this situation. The person that's getting this type of special treatment is seems to be the cash cow right now in the sport. You got to do like Lucas Brown, that's more on a, like a not a pedestrian type fighter, but he's more like a normal fighter. He ain't like on a Canelo level. He ain't getting that type of love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I mean, and that's another thing, man. A lot of guys say shit, about Triple G, and they say shit, you know what I mean, about, I seen Stephen A. Smith saying that, if Triple G doesn't shut his fucking mouth, that Canelo doesn't need Triple G. Canelo can do fine by himself. So, with Triple G saying that, he's been popping dirty. He was dirty the first fight. Pretty much Stephen A. Smith was pretty much saying, man, you better watch what you say, dude, because Canelo is the one that's paying you. So you need to watch your fucking mouth. How do you feel about that, man? Do you think Triple G needs to watch his mouth or let it rip?
I mean, Stephen A. Smith said Triple G needs to chill because he's still choosing to fight. Like if you gonna still choose to fight and you still trying to make your money, it's not really a good reason, a good decision for you to down hurt the fight like that by talking about that kind of stuff about your opponent. You know what I'm saying? But like if he worried about the sport being fair, I guess he should say something. But me personally, I feel like Canelo been on something. Cause like what I'm about to say is gonna sound kind of messed up, but I promise
He already warning y'all motherfuckers.
it's gonna sound messed up, but I really don't mean nothing by it. Like I'm from Texas, you know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah, for sure.
boxing when I was 14 years old. So like, I'm in Texas, so most of the gyms got Hispanic fighters in there, you know what I'm saying? So like most of the fighters I've been around been Mexican. So I got love for the Mexican people. It ain't nothing against them, but like I don't really see a lot of Mexican fighters with his body type. Like I see them like with more freestyle swimmer type bodies. Like they'll go out there, we'll go to the track and they'll literally run laps around me. But like they don't have those fast twitch type of muscles. Like I don't see them with the muscle definition that Canelo has. And I done been around some athletic Mexican fighters. I'm talking about doing backflips and all kind of stuff. And they normally just don't look like Canelo. So like when I see him being built like that, it just made me just suspicious because he doesn't match what I've been seeing like over half my life basically.
I mean, so you're pretty much saying that Canelo Alvarez is a cheat. You're pretty much saying that right now.
I think he is. I'm a Canelo fan. I like his style. You know what I'm saying? But I just always had that suspicion. I mean, I don't have no evidence. He wasn't failing no tests until now. You know what I'm saying? But to me, that just confirmed what I've been seeing for a long time. And then he got some pictures floating around on the internet too, where he just super jacked up. And like, I don't even know why he would even take a picture like that and post it online. Like, it makes no sense, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he literally looking like,
He can't take a picture now, Trey X, man. You saying the man can't take a picture, man? Come on, man.
but why take an incriminating picture?
Oh,
You know,
he's taking a. What kind of picture was he taking, dude?
he just got some pictures where he flexing and he just looked like he owns something. And I and then like yeah, I mean that's basically I don't want to sound like I'm just a straight Canelo hater.
Yeah, for sure.
Thing. I like him as a fighter, you know what I'm saying? I've been watching him for a long time. I see him progressing. I see him learning, taking a little bit here, taking a little bit there. I respect him as a fighter.
Yeah,
Been whooping ass since he was 15 years old. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? When,
yeah.
when I when I first started boxing, I'm 14. This motherfucker getting ready to start fighting pro. You know what I'm saying? So I give him that respect, but at the same time, I know it's a sport, and if anything that you competing, people want to try to get an edge. You know what I'm saying? So I can't put it past him to want to get an edge too. And I just what I seen, comparing him to what I done seen my whole life, I just it made me think he was on something.
Sean Newton boxing in the chat. Shout out Sean Newton, man. He's saying that this won't impact the fight. Well, pretty much what I'm saying is I think this will impact the fight, man. I'm gonna slightly disagree with you because I think that this will pretty much you know I mean I don't know what you mean by this won't impact the fight. I think it'll impact the fight on the strength of a lot of the fans are gonna be impacted by this because a lot of the fans, you can't. This shit hit first take, man. When the shit hit first take and it's on other media sites that Canelo's, a cheat and it's in the top headlines and you know what I mean. The fans kind of sway. You know what I mean. The Mexican fans are diehard fans, but you got some Mexican fans that just don't. They don't like cheats. They don't. They want their athletes to be 100%. For sure. And then you got some casual fans that can't stand a cheat, man. You got casual fans out here that just want to see a good fight. They don't want to see a cheat. And I mean, I think Canelo's name has been tarnished a little bit from this, man.
All right, let me ask you this: do you think that um what's going on with Canelo? So do you think it's gonna make people buy the fight less or buy the fight more?
I think right now what's going on with Canelo, I think it's a media frenzy right now with the whole, you know what I mean, with the whole, media stuff with, with the clenbuterol and him testing, negative. I think it'll tarnish his. I think it's right now it's going to tarnish his legacy, but I think in the overall impact that it's going to have on the pay per view, it's going to help the pay per view. You know what I mean? Because right now, what it's doing is it's selling. You know what I mean? It's a bad sell, and it's a sell that can actually hurt him later, during his career. But I think right now, I think this Canelo Triple G2 might do better than one. What's your opinion? What's your take, dude?
I pretty much agree with what you just said. Like I think that it'll actually help him in the short run with this fight because they say that any publicity is good publicity. So they got people talking about it. Some people just like drama, so that's going to attract the people that seek drama because you got the test going on. It seems like it's a little bit of bad blood with the way Golovkin is reacting to what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So it just kind of make the fight a little bit more interesting. So I think it's gonna increase the sales for this fight, but over the long run of Canelo's career, it's gonna be a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Because people gonna be questioning him, and they're gonna be wondering how far back does this go? How much of his success can we credit to his use of substances like clenbuterol? You know what I'm saying? So I pretty much agree with what you said.
Yeah, Sean Newton boxing in the chat is pretty much saying I think all promotion is good promotion, is what he's saying. He said this is drama. And pretty much, I mean, he does have a point there. It is drama, but if you're Canelo, living in Canelo's shoes, what type do you want this drama in your life? Do you want guys? Because I mean, what if he does knock out Triple G? I mean, I think that'll have a rebound effect on what's going on now. I think that'll actually affect his, what's going forward. Because if he knocks out Triple G, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, he knocks out Triple G, they're gonna bring up the computer, man. They're gonna be like, oh, he was dirty. He was, shooting needles and shit. You know what I mean? And let's be honest, Triple G is open to get knocked out because he leaves his chin for Christmas for Sunday church. I mean, it's just right there, dude. I mean, just hit me. You know what I mean? That's what made it so funny in the beginning of his career when Abel Sanchez said, he likes to get hit. What type of fuck shit is that? Who wants to get hit in the face, man? At
Yeah,
middleweight.
yeah,
He get hit at middleweight. I mean, I think that was blasphemous from Abel Sanchez. I think he utters out of his mouth sometimes and doesn't think before he talks. And I think that has a rebounding effect on, some of the things he says. But moving towards the Canelo and Triple G, I think it'll sell good. I think it'll be a good fight. It'll be a fan-friendly fight. I thought Triple G won the first fight. What are your thoughts? Who do you think won the first fight, dude?
Well, when I watched the fight the first time, I felt like Golovkin won. And then when I went back and watched the fight a couple of more times, it started getting closer and closer. So I go ahead and go with the draw. I like it was a hard fight to score for me, man, because I like the things that Canelo was doing. He was looking slick, he was looking smooth, you know what I'm saying, with the defense, making a miss. But he had lows in the fight where he let Golovkin outwork him, you know what I'm saying? So it was kind of hard for me to score. So in the end, I just went on ahead and was satisfied with the draw.
You was satisfied with that?
Yeah, I was satisfied with the draw. I mean, I didn't buy the pay per view. If I had bought it, I probably would have been. I probably wouldn't have been as satisfied with the draw because if you didn't spend your money, you kind of want a conclusion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
But
sure,
but
man.
just looking at the fight, I mean, both of the guys had their moments off in the fight. Didn't now one of them just really dominate the other. So in the end, I was satisfied with the draw.
Yeah, man. Well, Sean Newton boxing is pretty much lighting the chat on fire, dude. He's pretty much saying Triple G won the fight, but it was a close fight. Canelo can make adjustments to win. Good point, man. You know what I mean? A good point, Sean Newton. It's pretty much he can make adjustments, but at the same time, I think not a lot's gonna change. I think Triple G is still gonna dictate what's going on in the fight, and he's gonna press forward. And I think Canelo's gonna be on his back foot all night, man. I do not see Canelo pushing forward, man. I do not see Canelo pushing Triple G back. You know what I mean? I mean, he did it a couple times in the first fight, but that wasn't lasting long. And then he was right there back on the ropes again, where his trainer told him not to go. You know what I mean? And they kept telling Canelo not to get on the ropes, not to get on the ropes. But I mean, he was probably juiced up. I'm just hypothetically speaking, and he thought he could take the blows, which he did. Triple G hit Canelo with some flush shots, and Canelo took it like a champ.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to understand, man. Canelo has a good chin, man. I think Canelo's chin is underrated, man. What are your thoughts on Canelo and his fighting performance, man?
In his performance against Golovkin,
Yeah, just on the way he fought, his back foot movement. I mean, do you think he can change it up for the second fight, or do you think a lot will go on, from the first fight to the second fight, or do you think a lot's gonna change? How do you feel, dude?
I mean, like Canelo can fight on the front foot and the back foot. You know what I'm saying? Like my personal opinion is against Golovkin, it's better to be first because he's not a counterpuncher. He's the type of person that's gonna back up and put the earmuffs on, let you get your work off, and when you get done, he'll get his work off. So like if you ever watch his old fights, like with Willie Monroe, with um Stevenson,
Oh, blood boxing up in the building, man. My bad. I don't mean to cut you off, man. We got Miguel said Yo, what's up? And then you got Blood Boxing said, "What's up?" So he's shouting out Trey. So go ahead.
Yo, what's up, blood? You got a
Ah, I got an
celebrity.
OG in the house, man. Yo.
Made me feel kind of nervous a little bit.
Oh no.
But look, but like if you look at some of Golovkin old fights, like when he fought Curtis Stevenson and when he fought Willie Monroe and some other people, like they would have moments in the fight where they would just throw caution to the wind and just go at him.
Yeah.
It would just be for like a couple of seconds in the whole fight. It would like be on like in the sixth round or something like that. They would just go at Golovkin. And Golovkin would just back up. And then after the fight, they would say that Golovkin was letting them hit him to create a big drama show. So I feel like Canelo, if he able to just come to Golovkin and bring the fight to him a little bit more, be a little bit more busy, and still mix it up on the back foot, put his defense down, I think he can have some success against Golovkin. And plus, Golovkin ain't getting no younger, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a young man game. Canelo is in his prime. And like my man said in the comments, he is able to make the adjustments. You know what I'm saying? He's an intellectual fighter. So I
So
think he got
yeah,
action.
man, good stance on that, man. So I wanna ask, trying to get back in, Corey. You trying to get back in now, huh? He's trying to get back into the chat now. Ty Legacy is. But yeah, man, what I was gonna say is blood boxing. I mean, how do you feel? You got Miguel and you got Sean Newton. I mean, how do y'all guys feel? I mean, in the comment section about the rematch, man. Do you think the computerall will play a factor in the rematch, or do you think it's a non-factor, man? You know what I mean? The guys are known cheat. They're not doing anything about it. The sanctioning bodies are acting like fucking jackrabbits. They're acting like there's foolishness going on, man. It's just foolishness going on, man. And I mean, you know what I mean? It's just, it's utterly a joke, man. The sanctioning bodies are a joke right now, man. And somebody needs to be reprimanded for the fuck shit that's going on, man. Excuse my language if you have your daughter up this late. But a lot of the fuck shit is going on right now, man. And it's not to be tolerated, man. I mean, enough is enough. God damn, dude. The guy's been busted, man. He's been blaming it on, mystery meat. I call it mystery meat, man.
See, but look at this. Look at this though, Corey. Like if you just look at Canelo as a whole, like the motherfucker, like we was talking about this on the other stream. He always got a judge in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't even remember the last time Canelo done went the distance and there wasn't no controversy on at least one of the scorecards. You know what I'm saying? So when he go into a fight, he already got one judge in his pocket off the top. So
We can hear you in the background again, Ty. We can hear we can hear ourselves in the background.
but look
He's
though.
off again.
But,
Go ahead
but
though.
look though, like so like to me, like him and Golden Boy, they like man, square fighting is for suckers. You know what I'm saying? They going in with an edge. So like they going in with a judge already paid off, and they going in with a physical advantage with the clenbuterol. That's another reason why I'm leaning towards Canelo. Shit, I guess they saying if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So they going in with an edge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, boy. Blood boxing saying, yeah, I think it's a factor. And then Sean Newton says, was it a factor when in the Ortiz fight? And then Blood Boxing said they need to cancel the fight. Golovkin can fight Billy Joe Saunders. Ty Legacy said, be on the next one. Sean Newton came back and said Wilder went on to fight um Ortiz, a two-time cheat, and got huge props. What's the difference?
Oh yeah, that's true. You know what I'm
So
saying?
so Sean Newton's pretty much saying, what's the difference, from Canelo cheating than Ortiz? You know what I mean? And pretty much what's the difference is, you know what I mean, the stakes are bigger. You know what I mean? I feel like in this fight, you know what I mean? The stakes are bigger. There's more money on the line. Neither one of them should be allowed to fight, in my opinion. But Wilder was pushed up against. It's a difference. I'm gonna tell you the difference right now. I'm gonna break it down to you. And I'm gonna break it down to you in hardcore form as possible. There's no casuals over here, so I'm pretty sure you understand this. Let me tell you something. Canelo is not back up against the wall. He does not need this fight. Golovkin needs this fight. Therefore, Golovkin will take this fight. And the Luis Ortiz and in the Luis Ortiz Deontay Wilder fight, you know, they both needed each other. You see what I'm saying? They both needed each other because there was a question mark on Wilder if he could take a guy like no matter what the age is, you know what I mean? What, because he's a mystery age himself. You know, they was just trying to figure out could or Luis Ortiz, you know what I mean, knock out Deontay Wilder. So Deontay Wilder has been cheated time and time again of his chance to fight an elite fighter. It happened with Povetkin, you know, and then it happened with Luis Ortiz, and then it happened with Luis Ortiz again. So it's just pretty much like time after time, the guy's been trying to fight these guys, but they've been popping dirty. So you know what he did? You know what he did? As a real motherfucker, he fought a cheat, knowing he was a cheat. That's the difference between Canelo and Triple G. Triple G has a chance. He doesn't have to fight him, but he wants the money, so he is going to fight him. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, this is called prize fighting. And that's my statement, dude.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on it, Trey?
Yeah, I agree with what you said. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. I mean, you wrapped it up.
And Blood Boxing said Ortiz didn't have shit in his system. He just didn't report the pills, Corey. Oh, okay. Ortiz didn't have shit in his system. He just didn't report the pills, Corey. Blood Boxing, good video, Corey. Yeah, what I'm trying to tell you, what I'm trying to tell you is he might not have reported the pills, Blood Boxing, you know, stand up OG. But I'm gonna tell you right now. Oh yeah, and Sean Newton said he had shit in his system. That's why they knew he didn't report it. Oh, so Sean Newton and Blood Boxing got some shit going on. I'm gonna leave that one. But yeah, man,
I feel where Blood coming from. It seems to me that he's saying that it's a difference between getting caught with clenbuterol in your system and blood pressure medicine in your system.
Is that what he's trying to say?
I mean, I can't speak for him, but to
me,
that's what
is that what you're trying to say, Blood? Are you trying to say clenbuterol and pills are two different things or two different forms? Or what are you trying to say about that, Blood? Get to the bottom of it. And then Sean Boxer said Wilder wants the money from an AJ fight and he needed an Ortiz to sell himself. Definitely. That's pretty much what I was saying. You know what I'm saying, Sean? In a nutshell, he needed that Ortiz fight more than Golovkin needs the Canelo fight, because Golovkin is going to need the Canelo fight, but he's already had the Canelo fight. You see what I'm saying? He already had his signature moment. And his signature moment, he came up short. In my eyes, Golovkin didn't come up short. I thought he point blank period won the fight easily. But you know, who am I? I'm just Corey Lee Boxing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know, I'm another guy with a channel with a voice. You see what I'm saying? But I think, you know, and this is another thing, man. I don't want to get too deep onto the judges, man. But the judges have a big factor in this game called boxing, man. And I mean, they get paid minimum wage. They get paid about $40,000 a year, man, and they making $1 million decisions. Time after time after time, man. They're making $1 million decisions. Adelaide Bird had Mayweather losing the fight against Canelo.
Exactly.
Come on, man. Don't even get me started, man. It's fucking 2:00 in the morning, man. You ready to get a motherfucking monster wound up?
But look though, like another thing, I look at Wilder, like what he does a little bit different than most fighters these days anyway, because the moves that Wilder is making seem to be
Blood Boxer said, you know I don't fuck with you, Newton. Address Corey, not me.
Well, damn.
What the fuck is going on?
But I was saying, like, Wilder seems to be making moves for his legacy. Like, he ain't just fighting for money. If he would have been over there fighting Dillian White or something for that little money. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So obviously Wilder ain't just making decisions just to get the money like Golovkin appears to be doing, because he's just trying to get paid against Canelo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's another thing, man. It all comes down to paydays, man. You know what I mean? It all comes down to paydays. I honestly think a lot of the guys that say they're clean are on some type of drugs in this game called boxing. But until they get popped, we can't do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? Our voice will carry us only but so far. But, you know, the facts are you know what I mean, these random drug test guys that come, you know what I mean? And I listened to Blood Box and I listened to his theory about it. He pretty much was saying that he pretty much was saying what I was saying. The guys that are going to test the guys are getting paid peanuts, and it's so easy for them to cheat. You know, the VADA, for the VADA drug testing and stuff. It's just so fucking easy for these guys to get past the system, man. It's a system made for guys like Canelo to get over. Luis Ortiz didn't get over because he didn't have enough money to get over. I bet you if he was in Canelo's shoes in the heavyweight division, making at least 20 million a fight like AJ is, he would have been got over the system. He wouldn't have got popped one time. This was a slip up. This was a slip up that hurt Canelo because they weren't planning on him getting slipped up. They knew what the fuck he was doing, in my personal opinion. I don't think it was the meat. Do you think it was the meat, Trey X?
Hell no, cause I told you earlier, I've been thinking that Canelo was on something. And I ain't gonna go through all the reasons again, but I just been.
Well, let Blood Boxing know the reasons. He just tuning in, and Sean Newton and Ty Legacy. Ty Legacy, shout out Ty Legacy. We miss you, dog. You gotta get your shit. You gotta get your shit worked out next time, buddy. But let Blood Boxing know what's going on. He said it's all good, Ty Legacy, bro. I know who you are. He said I'll catch you the next one for sure. But yeah, go ahead and tell him what you were saying. Tell him, everybody what you were saying, Trey X, about the whole popping dirty and shit.
Well, shit, I'm gonna preface my comments with this will sound kind of fucked up, but I don't mean nothing by it. But shit, I'd have been around boxing. Like, I got into boxing when I was 14, I'm in Texas. So most of the boxers that I done boxed with them been Hispanic, and I've been around some athletic ones. I'm talking about doing all kind of backflips and shit, but I just don't see them with that same muscle definition that I see with Canelo. So that just always made me kind of suspicious about him. And plus, I done seen some pictures of him on the internet where he's just yoked up. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't typically see that, like, with the Hispanic people. So it just always made me suspicious of him. I ain't got no evidence or nothing like that. I can't prove it until now. He done failed the test. But I just always felt like the dude was on something.
Yeah, I mean, and that's another thing, man. I mean, the guy right now, in my opinion, man, the guy has been caught. Canelo's been caught, and this wasn't in the cards. This wasn't in the cards that Oscar De La Hoya was shuffling and was dealing the cards out. When he was making his Triple G rematch, and he knew he was going to get away with the clenbuterol, just like he got away with the clenbuterol the first time. He thought everything was going to go as planned, but the WBC, I think it was, they came in and they got his ass, and that's when he joined the WBC. See, the dates don't add up. If you break that shit down, you know what I mean? Like, I seen Blood Boxing, I seen a couple other OGs on this boxing shit. They broke it all the way down, and they said, you know what? The dates don't add up, man. From this Canelo, testing dirty shit. He fucking test dirty, and then he went to the WBC and tried to get and act like he was fighting for him, because at first he was not fighting for the WBC. He did not want nothing to do with the WBC. He actually pulled a Riddick Bowe and threw his WBC in the trash can. Yeah, I'm throwing it back, Blood Boxing. What's good? I'm throwing it all the way back, baby. But yeah, man, I mean, he didn't want no parts of Triple G. Let's be honest, in the beginning, you know what I mean? It took him about a year or two, and then after he fought Miguel Cotto, and then, you know what I mean, he tried to mosey his long away. He was at junior middleweight, and then he was, he's at super welterweight or whatever. He was just, bouncing in between 154 and 160. He didn't really know catch weights and all of this shit. Triple G was just waiting for him firm at 160, man. Come fight me now. And I think he had to build that muscle shit up. That clenbuterol shit makes sense, because if you read what it does, is it burns fats and it builds muscle. That's exactly what the fuck Canelo's been doing the last 2-3 years.
Yep. And then at the same time, I've also heard that it helps with stamina. And he seemed to have some, like, stamina might have cost him the first fight, because if he was able to step on the gas more, he might have pulled out the win. So it would kind of make sense for him to be on something that would enhance his stamina going into the rematch.
And that's another thing, man, with the whole Canelo deal, man. I mean, do you think? I mean, blood boxing. I see y'all in the chat, Sean Newton, Ty Legacy. Let me ask y'all a question, man. I don't know if my boy Miguel's still in there, but yeah, let me ask all y'all a question in the comment section. And this is a real question. Do y'all think if Canelo in triple when the Canelo and Triple G fight plays out, you know, on Cinco de Mayo, and they're going through with it, even though the drug failing and everything, they're still going through with the fight. That's some bullshit, but they're still going through with it. But even though all of this bullshit going along and all of this shit is going up and down, you know, when it comes fight night, do y'all think in your heart of hearts, do y'all think Golovkin, if he outboxes and outpunches and outpoints Canelo, do you think he'll get a fair shake on the scorecards? That is the ultimate decision because I don't see any knockouts happening in this fight again. I don't see any knockouts happening, man. I just don't see it, man.
But look, bro, if you look at history, if you look at the 114 that Canelo got against Mayweather, if you look at the questionable decision he got against Laura, if you look at Austin Trout, and if you look at this last fight with Golovkin, that big one, what was it, 118 or 110 or something like that? If you look at recent history, you can see that Golovkin will not get a fair shake on the scorecards. Canelo will always go into the fight with at least one judge in his pocket. That's just what I've been seeing in recent history.
You think so? I mean, yeah, you said, and that's for Canelo, right? Blood Boxing said, I doubt it. Canelo UD. Sean Newton Boxing said, the way it's going now, Canelo wins split decision. With the failed test, it forces a third fight. So what were you saying, Trey X? That was the comment section. He
Oh
said, I
yeah,
want Blood Boxer says at the end, he says, I want Golovkin to win. Hey man, I'm with you too, man. I kind of want Golovkin to win too. I was with Canelo. I don't mean to take over your thought real quick, but I was gonna say this one thing. I did want Canelo to win, man, up into this whole, you know, Clenbuterol shit. You know what I mean? I kind of wanted Golovkin. It was neither one of them really had my mind going either way. It was kind of a 50-50 fight. I wanted David Lemieux to be both of them, my personal opinion. I love David Lemieux, man. I thought he was a slugger, and then he just got outboxed by Billy Joe Saunders. That shit looked horrible, man. And then that's when I just lost it for, you know, for David Lemieux. I just say, you know what, he needs to move up a weight division. David Lemieux ain't got it no more at 160. He lost brutally. You know, I had a fight party. He lost brutally to fucking Triple G. You know, I was pretty much screaming David Lemieux all the way until he was on the floor, and I was like, "Get the fuck up! Get the fuck up!" And it was just so bad, man. And but yeah, go ahead, Trey X.
well, me, I analyze the fight, you know what I'm saying, like, and just call it how I see it. But I ain't never really going for Golden Boy, man. Especially after what happened with them emails and stuff. And then like I really don't even be catching their cards on ESPN half the time. But Ty Legacy hit me up about the Ryan Garcia fight, so I was like, I see what's up. And like even watching that, like I don't even feel welcome. Like it feel like no brothers allowed when I'm watching that. Like I was shocked to even see two black dudes fighting on there last night. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't feel welcome at Golden Boy, so I'm really not supportive in what they do. So me too. I'm hoping that Golovkin go out there and knock his ass out.
Yeah, and I mean that's another thing, man. You know, if a knockout goes down, I think a knockout will go down. But in my personal opinion, in my heart of hearts, I think a knockout won't happen. I think it'll go to unanimous decision, like Blood Boxing was saying. It's gonna go to a unanimous decision, and it's gonna probably go Canelo's way. I mean, we're not gonna be jackass. We're not gonna look over it. You know, we're gonna be realists here, and I think it's gonna go to the scorecards. You know what I mean? And that's my personal opinion, man.
That's my opinion too. I'm just hoping that Golovkin get him.
Yeah, and then like I wanted to talk about the heavyweight division before we wrap this up, man. I wanted to talk about Tyson Fury coming back, man. How the fuck do you feel about Tyson Fury coming back, man? And do you know a whole lot about the heavyweight division? Do you know a whole lot about Tyson Fury, man? Do you think I think he's the best heavyweight in the world right now? You know what I mean? Barring that he comes back and he does what he needs to do and he's the same fighter. Barring all of that shit. I mean, that's a lot of shit, but you know what I mean? If he comes back anywhere near the form he fought, Klitschko. I even think Tyson Fury haven't even hit his prime yet. I think he can put on a better performance than when he fought Klitschko. What's your thoughts on Tyson Fury, dude?
I mean, like when I first seen Tyson Fury when he fought Steve Cunningham, and I saw some ferocity in him. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw like a mean streak in him, and I like that. And like I'm actually more concerned about Wilder fighting Tyson Fury than I am about Joshua. I think he'll just go out there and knock Joshua ass out. To be honest with you. But I know that he gonna have to put his thinking cap on a little bit more with Tyson Fury. I got respect for his game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think he's a technician off in there. I mean, I don't put it past Wilder to touch him one time because that's all that it need. Like I'm a Wilder supporter, but I got respect for Fury. I think he either the best or the second best heavyweight in the world, to be real.
Yeah, and I mean, my personal opinion about Tyson Fury, man. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be real with you, man. I think he's the best boxer in the heavyweight division. I think he's far superior than any of the other heavyweights. I think Deontay Wilder is the strongest. I mean, I think Deontay Wilder has the most pop in the division, and I think Anthony Joshua is the strongest in the division. You put them all three together. Oh shit! Hold on, we got a surprise.
Fuck.
we, you good, man? You back?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. I was watching you. Like, go ahead.
Oh shit. But yeah, I think in the whole thing, I think like I was saying, I think Tyson Fury is the far superior boxer in the division. I think Wilder is the he has the most pop in the heavyweight division. And I think Anthony Joshua is the strongest in the division. But what I'm trying to tell y'all is that, at the end of the day, I think that, when you put all of those together and you mix them all the way around, I think Tyson Fury, bar none, beats them all, man. My personal opinion, man. I mean, I'm high on Tyson Fury, man. But for me, man, I'm a little old school, man, when it comes to boxing, man. I grew up in the Tyson era, man. My dad ordering the fights and shit, man. And I'm on one of those things, man. Like when Tyson got locked up and had to do that time, I feel like those belts needed to be his. I feel like he needed to go back and get those belts, man. And I can still hear everything you're doing, Ty. But what I'm trying to tell you is, man, I honestly think that with everything going down in the heavyweight division, man, it's open grabs. And man, I mean, Tyson Fury it's perfect time, man. After Joshua gets his fight, right after Anthony Joshua gets his fight, dude, Wilder's open, Joshua's open. They don't have any opponents lined up after their two fights, dude. And my personal opinion is I think that, the shit is gonna be going on. What's going on, Ty?
You good?
Oh, all right. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. My personal opinion is I think it's open for grabs, man. It's open for grabs, man. One man just can take it all. With one fight, one man can take it all, man. My personal opinion, man. What's your thoughts, Ty Legacy and Trey X?
Go ahead, Trey.
Well, I feel like Eddie Hearn know is up for grabs too. But me personally, man, just when I look at somebody like Wilder, man, that can just touch you one time, like you can be winning the fight, and then he catch you and it change the whole fight. You know what I'm saying? Like when I watched Roy Jones against James Toney back in the day and against Bernard Hopkins. I mean, I like especially James Toney. I thought James Toney was a more skilled fighter. You know what I'm saying? But Roy Jones was just another world type of athlete, man. Like,
Hey, Ty Legacy, we can hear a whole bunch of noise in the background. You good over there?
Yeah, go ahead. It will toggle over anyways, Corey. We'll toggle.
yeah, but like I was saying, like I felt like Tony was more skilled than Jones, but Jones was just a world class athlete, and like when I see Wilder, man, I just see like a heavyweight that's built like a middleweight almost, and like he's just a different type of athlete that I'm used to seeing
Who
at
is?
heavyweight Wilder. So like I feel like if he fight Fury, I feel like Fury got skills, so he can be winning the fight, but I still think Wilder can catch him. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I know it's up for grabs, but for me right now, like when I'm just looking at the trajectory of the fighters, I think that Wilder gonna end up on top.
Wow, man. You got Wilder when you just going straight past Joshua and Tyson.
Yeah, I think Wilder
Did you
knocked
not hear
Joshua
what
out.
I just said about Tyson, dude? I didn't give
Yeah.
you a good enough pitch.
I gave Tyson respect when I first talked about him. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm more
No
concerned
doubt.
about Tyson than I am about Joshua. You know what I'm saying? But I just see like just the hunger in Deontay Wilder's eyes. Like all the stuff that that Tyson Fury went through. Wilder didn't go through that, man. His eyes been on the prize. He ain't falling off like that. You know what I'm saying? This dude, he on a mission. And I see somebody that's determined to go up there and be the last man standing. So until I see something different, I'm riding with my boy from Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Oh, okay. So Ty Legacy, man, we've been waiting on your fucking ass the whole show, man. Are you back?
I'm right here. I'm just
Uh,
letting you guys do your thing.
well, go ahead, man. Weigh in on the heavyweight this talk we got going on, man. Weigh in on that shit, man. Jump right in, man. Full throttle.
You make a good point with Tyson Fury because I'm on board with you. I actually think Tyson Fury, skill wise, is the best heavyweight, but there's an issue with that.
Uh
You
oh.
haven't seen we haven't seen him in 2 years, so we don't know what Tyson Fury we're going to see because layoffs are crucial, right? So what you're saying does hold some weight, but Deontay Wilder and Joshua and all these guys, they've been active, and Tyson hasn't been, right? Tyson's been out for 2 years now, so we'll see. We got to see him, right? Because I mean, with the Tyson Fury you're talking about, everything you're saying is true. Because I think he's skilled as hell, but that was 2 years ago. We don't know what he's going to be like when he comes back. So to me, it's just a big question mark.
But I mean, my personal opinion, man, and this is just my personal opinion, man. When you have a guy like Tyson Fury in the heavyweight division that does not rely on his power like Wilder and does not rely on his strength like Joshua, you're dealing with a two-headed monster because he has both of those. He has
Yeah,
Tyson Fury has knockout power and he has, just brute strength. He's a big motherfucker. He might be the biggest motherfucker out of all of them. You know what I mean? And I personally think that, you know what I mean, he does not rely on those two aspects that I told you. He's a superior boxer. So I think that'll never leave him. That'll never leave him. No matter how much out of shape he gets. And from last I checked, he lost 80 pounds. So, I
yeah,
mean, he's down 80 pounds right now. I think he's a viable threat. When he shed that 80 pounds in those couple of months, whatever he did, and he's throwing logs up, running up trees in 0-degree weather, the guy's got something in his head. And when he wants it, it's not like any other heavyweight in the whole division, dude. You seen what he did to Klitschko, and that was before Joshua got knocked the fuck down by Klitschko. The same Klitschko that Tyson Fury outboxed for 12 fucking rounds. Schooled that motherfucker. Go ahead, Trey X.
I give him credit for beating Klitschko, but like I told Ty
Oh,
Legacy,
what's good, Rock Liggins? What's good? He said, "What's going on, Corey?" Go
yeah,
ahead, y'all.
I give Fury credit for beating Klitschko, but let's not make it seem like it's the old Klitschko in his prime or something that he beat. He ain't beat that Klitschko that was popping folks with that jab and putting that right hand on their ass. He beat the Klitschko that kind of uh pot shot you a little bit, smother your punches and hold you, and the boring Klitschko. So I give him credit for that, but I ain't just giving him too much credit for it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he can fight, but I still feel like I said, he could be in a fight with Wilder, and he could be up in the fight, and he could still get caught, man, because everybody get fatigued. He ain't gonna be fighting the same way in the 10th round as he was in the first round. The reflexes gonna slow down, and he can have all the skill in the world, but he still can get caught with that right hand, and he going to sleep like everybody else.
yeah. Because it is very hard to not get hit with a punch over a 12 round period.
Yep.
So who you got being the best heavyweight in the division, Ty Legacy?
Normally, I'd say Fury, but he hasn't been active, so I don't know. That's kind of on the spot.
I'm putting you on the
Joshua got
spot.
the belt. Joshua got the belts. Wilder beat Ortiz.
Yeah, no doubt.
If I got to go by body of work wise, because that's what I do. I'm going to give it to Joshua right now, just because of body of
Oh
work.
shit!
What
If
in it?
if if Fanon heard this, you'll be crucified.
I don't care. Body of work. But
what's his body of work though, Ty? Charles Martin?
Oh my God, no!
yeah, but you see, you guys get me confused. It's like what I tell you when I do my top pound for pound rankings. I can have somebody
Oh no,
higher
I
than another
respect your.
person.
Oh no, I respect your
Yeah,
rankings,
but
dude. I
I
respect
can
it.
have a guy ranked higher than another guy, but that don't mean I think he's better. You know what I'm saying? How am I not going to give? Okay, it's the same thing as what we had when we had the conversation, Corey. How you not going to give Thurman the number one welterweight, whether you could think he could beat the other guys or not, when he's uh two division or he's a unified champion. Body work wise, how you not going to give it? How you not going to give it to Thurman? It's the same thing with Joshua. How am I if he goes in and he beats Parker and he collects that other strap? How am I not body of work wise
Okay,
going to not give to him?
Oh, Trey, go ahead, Trey.
hold on, bro. Hold up.
Uh-oh.
You can't. First of all, you can't just you can't answer this question assuming that he gonna beat Parker. You know what I'm saying?
No.
We got to look at what's going on right now. So when me and you done talked before, we already agreed that Ortiz is a better win than Klitschko. So
Yeah.
since Wilder got the better win out
Oh,
of that,
y'all agreed on that already?
yeah.
Yeah.
What's the fight that Joshua did that put him over the top as far as resume? Charles Martin?
No, not Charles Martin.
Ooh, Dillian White?
I would throw Dillian White in there. I
But
got
okay.
to look at his rankings. You know what I mean?
So you think Dillian White is better than all the other fighters that
No, I don't think Dillian White's better. I think Dillian White is ranked higher. So I have to go by who beat the guy that was ranked higher.
I guess so, bro. All
That
right.
that's why I try to clarify myself. It's the same as my if I have a pound for pound list. It don't mean I think one fighter A is better than fighter B, but if fighter A is doing things that fall under the boxing category, such as unifications or title defenses, I got to go by his body of work. I'm not necessarily saying Dillian White could have beat some of the opponents that people complain that Wilder have. But if I go back and look at the rankings, go look at where Dillian White was at. You know what I mean?
Oh shit, Sean Newton boxing in the chat had a good observation on what things going on. He said White, Brazil, Martin, Klitschko, Takam, and now Parker, unified champion, and Klitschko is better than an Ortiz who has never done anything at heavyweight.
I see that I wouldn't say that Klitschko is better than Ortiz.
I thought that's what y'all agreed on.
No, me and Trey agreed on that Ortiz was a better win than Klitschko.
Yeah, because Klitschko was 41, coming off a loss and coming off a layoff.
Yes.
And Ortiz.
But hold on. But Rock Liggins said, but Sean Newton, he said Sean Newton, he said, Fury's resume is better than Joshua's. Whoa. That's
Exactly.
the shit I'm talking about.
So let me chime in here. That's why I said I normally would say Tyson Fury if he was active. That don't mean I'd pick Tyson Fury to beat Wilder. Necessarily yes or necessarily no. But I did say that if he was active, I would have to go by with Tyson Fury. You want to know why? Body of work. My pickings for who's ranked this or ranked that has nothing to do with whether they can beat somebody. It's where they're ranked and what they did. That's why I said I would have said Tyson Fury. That doesn't necessarily reflect my pick, though. You know what I mean?
True that. I feel you on that. What you got to say about that, Trey X?
No, I was just gonna say, like when I'm making picks, I'm really like projecting going forward. I'm not really necessarily just looking at what's been done because to me, all the top heavyweights, they resumes are comparable. I don't see
Yes.
nobody with major separation and
No.
now fighter. So I can't really just go off the strength of schedule right now because it's so close. So I just go off what I see in the ring for right now.
Yeah, and
Oh
that's fair.
shit! The guy Fam Oli, shout out to Fam Oli in the chat. And Wilder's Ortiz or performance wasn't great neither. He said he was being outboxed, but that power bailed him out. How do y'all feel about that? He's in the chat saying that. How do y'all
The,
feel about that,
the
man?
word, you know what though? The word "but" doesn't mean anything. It's the result. Yeah, he didn't look that bad. He looked a lot better than Ortiz's opponents that hit the fucking floor with their nuts up in the air, fucking knocked out. So I mean, he should have, would have, could have. The man won the fight. He don't
Well,
got it. Don't matter if it's because of power or not. The man won the fight. All you gotta do is go to box rec.
all right. Well, me personally, I felt like it was a combination of things. Like, all right, Ortiz is a southpaw, so they took away one of Wilder's main weapons, the jab. You know what I'm saying? And this right here is probably like a flaw of Wilder's, but this is what I saw. I didn't really see him going in trying to win rounds. Like I actually saw him going in looking for one big shot, and that's not normally a good game plan to have. That'll get you beat. But in this case,
Yep.
they got him to win. And I just, the right hand is the best weapon against the southpaw. So I just felt like he was just going in looking for the big right hand from the get go. I just saw him keep his eyes locked on that target the whole time.
Whoa, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he had his
Whoa.
eyes wide open, just looking at that dude. You know what I'm saying? He just wanted to push that
Cause
button.
he knew that. I don't mean to cut you off, but he knew he had to respect Ortiz's left hand. But go ahead.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because whenever he threw the right hand, Ortiz would try to counter him. You know what I'm saying? So he had to have respect for all of that. But I do feel like he went in looking for one big shot. So I think he could have looked a little bit better if he actually went out there and boxed. But that's just what I saw.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
guy Fam Oli said, yeah, he won talking about Wilder, but I'm just spitting hairs in terms of resume. So I guess he's bringing up his resume, in the whole in the chats. He's bringing up Wilder's resume, you know what I mean, and Ortiz's resume. So yeah, get a little bit more in deep with that one, Fam Oli.
I mean, ain't now one of them dudes got the Evander Holyfield record. So
Oh,
True that. True that.
I mean, all of them have records that's comparable, man. So I don't even see what you can get from that record. Me personally.
yeah. I mean, one thing I can say about this whole situation is one thing I can say about this whole situation is, when Tyson Fury actually comes back, and that's another thing I wanted to touch on, yo. Did y'all know that I made a video about it earlier, man. He signed back with Frank Warren. So
Yeah.
Tyson Fury will be back again with Frank Warren. That means he'll be able to get whatever fight he wants, baby. That means he'll be able to get whatever fight he wants because Frank Warren works with all promoters. He doesn't call second fiddle to no one. He's not Al Heyman. I'm not working with Bob Arum because Bob Arum sued me, and I'm only working with him if we have to work with him, and if it's the belt on the line. I've seen fucking Al Heyman. And this is a perfect example. This how much boxing, in the politics fuck boxing up. I done seen Al Heyman remember this? I remember Al Heyman told Peter Quillen, Kid Chocolate, to drop his belt because he was ready to fight a Rock Nation fighter or a top ranked fighter. I think it was. I can't remember. I think of the
Top
guy named
rank.
Korobov. Korobov. Remember he had to fight Korobov.
I'm not sure, Corey, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm throwing it back, man. Back in the day when Kid Chocolate had that belt, man. But if you do that research, man, he fucking dropped his belt. Why he was having? Because if you remember, the Danny Jacobs and Peter Quillen fight was not for a belt. That's because of that's why. Because he dropped his belt because he would not fight a top rank or a Rock Nation fighter, man. And that's what's fucked up, man. If I'm a heavyweight, prospect, or if I'm a heavyweight, like a Tyson Fury, and I have the accolades that Tyson Fury has, and I'm looking for a promoter to promote me, why would I go with Al Heyman when Al Heyman's not trying to work with everybody? He's not gonna work with Golden Boy. I'm not saying Golden Boy has any heavyweights, notably so, but I'm just saying, some of these promoters are not working with other promoters, so it fucks it all up. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I respect that, and like my prediction is like when all of this first started with these heavyweights, it started with Tyson Fury getting in the ring with Wilder, and I think that's where it's gonna end. I think it's gonna work its way back to where it's about Wilder and Fury.
Yeah.
So you
Um,
think Joshua's out of it? You think Joshua's out of the equation?
Both of them can whoop him, man. I think Wilder will go out there and put his ass to sleep, and I think Fury will take him to school.
For real,
Actually,
man.
sorry, can I retract on something?
Uh-oh. Go ahead.
I don't think Joshua was the top heavyweight. I think
What? You
Tyson.
just said that.
No,
You just
yeah, but you got to correct yourself once in a while. I think. I think. No, listen. I think Tyson Fury is. You want to know
There's
why
only
Tyson?
one Tyson
You know
Fury.
why?
Go ahead, man.
And then somebody could feel free to dispute this, but they're going to have to dispute facts. Tyson Fury is because Tyson Fury is the lineal champion. You know what the lineal champion means? You're the man. You got to beat that man to be the man, and it can't be lost. It can't be vacated. It can only be won or lost in the ring. So if you want to go but strictly by boxing facts and how these things run, the lineal champion is the man to beat.
For sure. That's
Who's the
why.
lineal champion?
That's why when I was talking
Tyson.
about him, I said Fury was either the best or the second best heavyweight.
Yes, and I'm sorry because when I was asked the question, I'm not even trying to make excuses. I wasn't even thinking about Tyson Fury because Tyson Fury hasn't been in the play. I was thinking
He's right
Joshua.
around. He's right around the corner though. Trust and believe that. He's
No,
right
but
around the corner. He's
I
looking
was thinking
damn
of
good. No
Joshua,
homo. He's
Wilder,
looking good.
Ortiz.
I
But the lineal
don't mean to
champion,
cut y'all off, but I was
yeah.
just saying Tyson Fury is looking damn good, dude. And I'm
And
proud of
I'm
that.
not even, yeah, and I'm not even going on his skill set. But the lineal champion, technically in boxing, is the man. Because in order to obtain that belt, you have to beat the man to be the man. And Tyson Fury holds that belt. They can't nobody can get that belt unless they go through Tyson Fury. Because it can only be won and lost in the ring. So Tyson Fury.
So who you feeling? So I'm saying, like, who you feeling this whole equation? Are you dead set on Fury now because he's coming back, Ty Legacy? Because you switched on me once. Are you gonna switch on me twice?
On what?
On the Tyson Fury, do you honestly think Tyson Fury is the real deal, or do you think Anthony Joshua? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, from what I've heard and from the conversation that I've heard Tyson Fury and Wilder have, they're pretty much both of them are chomping at the bits to be the first one to get to Joshua. It's like a rat race. Which
Yeah.
one can get to the guy first, Trey X? Which one can get to the guy first? It's like this big ass mountain you gotta climb, but once you get to the mountain, the bottom's so much more easier. I mean, you're not gonna. I think both of those guys are just chomping at the bits to fight, Anthony Joshua. That's an easy way to get 4 titles with one shot. One shot you can get 4 titles by fighting him and a good payday.
Yeah.
Takam made more than Deontay Wilder made in his last fight than Takam made in his last fight. And a lot of people don't even know who Takam is, but he got 25% of 25 million. That's more than Deontay Wilder's making.
Yeah, but I didn't switch up on you. What it is what you misunderstood me because I said Tyson Fury when I assess him on skill wise, this is what I assess Tyson Fury is I believe he has the most skills. But because he's been gone for 2 years and I haven't seen him back, I can't go on speculation and say he's the top guy with the most skills because I haven't seen it. You can't if a guy's off a 2-year layoff, you can say what you think he's going to be like when he comes back, but it's speculation. So whether he got the most skills in the heavyweight division when he comes back, that remains to be seen. But in terms of me saying he's the top heavyweight, I got to say he's the top heavyweight because he's a lineal champion.
Sean Boxing in the chat said, Ty. He said, ask Ty, is he from Nova Scotia? Some guy named Sean Newton Boxing, the guy Sean Newton Boxing that's been chatting on here the whole time. He said, ask Ty, is he from Nova Scotia? So that must
How
be an
many?
inside joke with y'all or something.
Everybody asked me that. No, from New Brunswick, Sean, probably about 3-4 hours down the road from there.
Oh, okay. So yeah, man. I mean, so who do y'all got? I mean, breaking down the Dillian White, Lucas Brown fight. Who do you guys got? You know what I mean, winning this fight, and why do y'all got the guy winning by? Because the guy that's gonna win this fight is gonna be the mandatory challenger for your boy, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder. So the winner of this fight is gonna be first dibs on Wilder, man. And I mean, if the promoter or whichever fighter wins, it pushes it hard enough. Because I got a feeling if Dillian White wins, Eddie Hearn's gonna be calling his ass up ASAP before the fight's even over with. While the guy's laying out in the ring, he's gonna be calling Deontay Wilder up like, "Yo, that 5 million I told you to come to England for? Well, we're gonna come there for less." Because he offered him that money on the table, man. Trey X, what you got to say about it, dude?
I mean, Wilder mind been on getting his hands on Joshua, man. He ain't been worried about no
But I'm telling
getting
you,
fight.
man, the Joshua fight is not likely to happen next. I want it to happen next, but I mean, come on, man. Why would you think? Why do you think Eddie Hearn signed a guy like Jarrell Miller that's from Brooklyn, that's from the mecca, of boxing, New York City? You know what I mean? Why would he sign a heavyweight like that? And he's undefeated, and he has a good following in New York City. Why would Eddie Hearn sign a guy like him, a guy named Big Baby Miller? For no reason. He signed Big Baby Miller for a reason, and I
I mean,
think
it
it's
could be a
fight
reason.
next.
I mean, yeah, that could be the reason. Could be he could be using Miller to introduce Joshua to the American public. Like he can fight Miller over here. But like as far as Dillian White, like if Dillian White do win tomorrow, I do feel like Eddie Hearn gonna be calling because he done already laid his plans out that Joshua wants to fight White again. So he wants to give White a fight with Wilder, give him a chance to get that belt off Wilder, and then that'll make the fight more lucrative for Joshua and White in a rematch. So that's what they want to do. So
So
Yeah,
yeah. So what you got to say about that, Ty Legacy?
exact same thing Trey says. That I don't believe that Joshua and Wilder fights happening next. I just seen a clip today because I'm steadily studying boxing of fucking, and I seen the footage of Eddie Hearn telling White, if when you win, or if you win, I want you to fight Wilder. So
Oh, Rock Liggins got a good point, y'all. He's made a valid point in chat just now. He said that the WBC is confusing. They said White versus Chisora was the WBC eliminator. He said now he's fighting another one. What's your thoughts on that, y'all? The WBC, y'all's favorite belt. You say your favorite sanctioning body.
well, all I gotta say is, man, all that shit confuses me. I don't be understanding how different fighters be in title
Hey,
contention.
that sanctioning fucking money that they paying ain't confusing. You bet your bottom dollar on that.
Well, what
That
happened
money,
with
that
Sean
money.
Porter? What happened
That's
with
what I
Sean?
was ready to say, dude. That Sean Porter money ain't confusing. That 300,000 Kenny Porter said they put up for the fucking the mandatory spot in the WBC to just get dethroned to the second place position right now.
So his money didn't help him, basically.
Dude, the dude done paid 300,000 in cash, dude, to the sanctioning bodies, and he was number one last week, just a week ago. How that song go? Just a week ago. Now
But
you're number two.
but that confuses me, bro, because I don't understand how all that shit works. So I probably need to change this, but I don't even be getting into that. Like you'll never hear me saying the WBC and the rankings. I don't even get that shit. So
Well,
I got
what it is do a quick synopsis of what's going on, man. Is you pretty much pay the sanctioning fees, and to hold your position, and you know what I mean, to climb your ranks. You get you get the fights to move up in the rankings, and if you keep winning the fights, you'll eventually get a shot at the champion. But you got to start with like a mid-level belt, like a Northeast region WBC belt, and then you go to like a North America, and then you go to like a North World type belt, and then it moves on into like a WBC silver belt. And once you get to the silver belt level, your next fight is supposed to be for the belt, for the real belt.
Okay, I got two questions. My first question is, how did Brandon Rios get in a title eliminator with Danny Garcia?
Well, Brandon Rios got into a title eliminator with Danny Garcia because Danny Garcia was already the #1 mandatory, and that was already a foregone conclusion that was going to be an eliminator before they even offered his opponent. Whoever Danny Garcia's opponent was going to be, that was going to be the eliminator fight, regardless. It could have been Joe Schmo. Could have been Granados.
Okay, that don't seem fair though, but yeah, I feel where you coming from.
Hey, the sanctioning body ain't nothing fair about the sanctioning bodies, dude.
No, it ain't fair because Porter was the #1 mandatory. That's why he fought Berto.
Was.
Okay,
yeah, how did he lose it? How did he lose it? How did Berto? Nobody beat Sean for Sean to lose that #1 position.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you how he lost it. Popularity. Danny got more followers.
I'm just checking to make sure you're not tired, Corey. I'm just making sure you're checking, bud.
So Porter
go ahead, Trey.
So that's what I was trying to ask. How did Porter lose his top spot? Because of popularity?
Yeah, dude, it's the only way, man. I mean, it's the only way. What other way could it be? I mean, you got, Sean Porter doing everything the WBC asked him to do. The random drug tests, the paying in the sanctioning fees, the opponents, the opponents, doing everything that they're mandating this guy to do, he has done. And yet he still falls short. The IBF has completely fucked Sean Porter, and the WBC has fallen suit.
Yeah, shit crazy.
Yeah, and Sean Porter fought 2 fights. Danny Garcia fought 1.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Rock Liggins in the chat said, "You want to cross the bridge? You gotta pay the toll." You gotta pay the toll. I like that. That was a funny one right there, dude. And then Sean Newton says Garcia sells better. And then Sean Newton says Porter can go fight Spence now. That's what I've been saying. That's what me and Ty Legacy was saying yesterday. Sean Porter versus Earl Spence has got to happen now. Now that Sean Porter's out the WBC rankings and he's #2. You know what I mean? I think that fight will happen, man. I think that fight should happen. You know what I mean? But Earl Spence has a guy named Ocampo in front of him right now that I know nobody has. Anybody in the chat heard of Earl Spence's fight coming up? Name a guy named Ocampo. Have any of y'all seen him fight in Mexico? I think his last fight was a guy that was 14-4.
I looked him up on YouTube. That's about it.
Yeah. No, I've seen him fight because I study up.
Is he good? Is he good? No. Did you study it up? Is he good?
He ain't at Spence's level.
Yeah, he about like a C minus.
He's a C minus?
Me and Trey came up with the exact same grade on my channel.
So he's a C minus. So Ocampo's a C minus fighter right now. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Who is his notable wins? I've never heard of him.
He never fought outside of Mexico. But when I just look at him, when I look at the fights they got on YouTube.
So if he's never fought out of Mexico, I got one question for you. How is he fighting Spence now?
Mandatory.
You don't, y'all. I told you I don't understand that shit. Y'all the one. You tell me why he fighting him. You don't want to know about that shit.
Yo. Oh shit, yo. Holy shit, dude. No, but I'm gonna break it down to you, man. I got a feeling I know what happened with the IBF. See, what happened was Abel Sanchez has a fighter named Ponomarev, and I think his name's Konstantin. If you look him up, his name's Konstantin Ponomarev. He's been the #1 mandatory since before Earl Spence won the belt. He was Kell Brook's mandatory. He didn't want to fight. He was supposed to fight Kell Brook, and Abel Sanchez is his trainer. Abel Sanchez said he is not ready. So when he is not ready for, up 10 years, the guy's like 41-0, and he's not ready still.
Yep. That's how Ocampo got elevated.
That's exactly how Ocampo got elevated, because
Buddy pulled out twice.
Panamera, and that's another thing too. Abel Sanchez being the lead trainer, he has say on who his fighter faces. You want to talk about your fighter got all the balls, and your fighters are this and your fighters are that. Your fighters are ducking, dude. Your fighters are ducking, dude.
2 times
I don't want to hear that shit
out.
no more, dude.
2 times that guy pulled out.
I wish one of them interviewers would bring up his fighter Constantine Panamera, because he's gone flying under the radar, ducking and dodging the fuck out of Earl Spence. He's been enough. Dude, how do you get 41 fights and not fight nobody?
Yeah.
Pull out.
I mean, his best win was a guy named Brad Solomon. And I mean, this is just the diehard coming out of me, y'all. I'm just naming fighters y'all probably never even heard of.
No, I know exactly the whole story, but you tell it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just, the guy fought the guy, Brad Solomon. He beat him. He was a notable opponent. They were both undefeated. That was kind of a crossroads fight. The guy, Brad Solomon, was 26-0. Constantine Panamera was #1 in the IBF. They fought for the eliminator. That was on like the Pacquiao card, dude. So I know this was so long. I think that was on the Bradley Pacquiao card, dude.
Yep.
Do you know how long ago that was for him to be the mandatory? Oh, the chat's going nuts, dude. Rock Liggins says, Sean, how did he become the mandatory? He's not even top 10. Oh, Sean and Rock Riggins going at it.
Who's not top 10?
I guess they're. Oh, I guess they're talking about Ocampo.
Yeah, he is. He's in the top 10.
Sean Newton's back, and Sean Newton's defending Constantine Panamera. He said he's young though.
It don't matter.
Dude, I was gonna set the tie off, man. I already knew it.
The fuck does young got? So what's young got to do with it? If you're mandated, you either pull out or you don't fight.
Yo, he's young though. He's young though. Ty.
Well, shit.
So is Errol Spence.
Ty wanted Gervonta Davis to fight Lomachenko.
I think he's a couple months younger than Earl Spence. Ty.
How old is Earl Spence? About 27.
Yeah, he's about. I think Constantine's about 26. He said he's younger.
Shit, that's
Ty Legacy.
It don't. Yeah, yeah. No, I hear what he's saying. I ain't saying he's wrong, but if you're mandated, you're mandated. You know what I mean?
If you 26 and you still ain't ready, like when the fuck are you gonna be ready? And it ain't. Yeah, I mean, you fighting another dude that's like your same age down there.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much Sean. What was going down is Sean Newton Boxing said Brad Solomon is a good step up. He said he is going to be an Evander Holyfield at 147 Super 6. I don't know who he's talking about, but then Rock Liggins said Teddy Atlas did that with Povetkin and Vitali. I'm not sure what they're talking about in the chat, but Rock Liggins said, shit, for $1 million, I'd fight Tyson in my pro debut. And get your head knocked off, dude. Keep your fucking ligaments in your neck, dude. You didn't want no parts of Tyson Fury. I hope you're talking about Tyson Fury, because if you're talking about a prime Mike Tyson, your head might come off your shoulders. I don't care. I don't even think I'd do it for $1 million, dude, to get in the ring with Mike Tyson, dude. This dude will knock your fucking life away. Your life will be gone, dude, just like that, man. Yeah. But yeah, like I was saying, man, for the heavyweight, like we were saying, we got kind of sidetracked, but pretty much what I was saying for the heavyweight division, you got Lucas Brown. What are y'all picks for the Lucas Brown Dillian White fight? We still didn't get to the picks, y'all. I mean, goddamn, dude.
I ain't never seen Lucas Brown fight, bro, so I can't even speak on him. So I'm just
He's a white dude from Australia with
I
a
seen,
bunch of tattoos.
I seen him, at the press conferences and shit, but I just ain't seen him fight. I got to get on my due diligence. So for right now,
Go to my page, and I made a pre-fight video, and it's got some video. It's got I made a pre-fight video, but it's got some highlight. It got some highlight videos in it of Lucas Brown, and he got knocked down in a fight where he fought a guy named Chukalev or something. He fought a guy named Chukalev. He was like 34-2. He got knocked down early in that fight and came back to stop the guy in his hometown.
yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
And his notable wins is, who is let me go look. Let me see who Lucas Brown's notable win. Who's Lucas Brown's notable wins, Ty Legacy?
I don't really know.
You don't really know off the top right now?
No.
Yeah, Lucas
I've seen him fight, but
big ass underdog in the fight.
Lucas Brown's last fight was a guy named Matthew Greer. He was 16-22. That was Lucas Brown's last fight. That's what the heavyweight division is pretty much. That's where the heavyweight division is going. But then that's what I was saying. Then before that, he fought the guy that I was telling you named Roslin Chikaev. You've heard that name before, haven't you, Trey?
I done heard, man, all them names start running together and shit, man. I gotta see them.
You know the guy Matthew Greer, that was the guy Deontay Wilder knocked out.
Yeah.
He knocked him out brutally one of those fights. That's the same guy.
It is.
And like I said, man, Lucas Brown has not fought a lot of known opponents, man. His notable win, like I said, is probably the guy Roslin Chukiev, and he fought him in his hometown. He knocked him out. And I mean, other than that, man, he's fighting guys that are like, 10-3, 11-14, 39-10, 7-7. He fought a guy that was 22-67.
Yeah, that's what they be doing over there, man. Just like with Kell Brook. Kell Brook had fought motherfuckers.
No, he didn't.
All this, if you combine all the losses.
Come on, yo. Why you breaking Kell down, though? Why? This is a Kell Brook friendly show, man.
I like Kell Brook too. I like Kell Brook too, but look, I gotta keep it 100. If you add up all the losses that of his opponents, the motherfuckers had over 800.
What opponents?
His combined the opponents on his record.
What combined opponents?
If you combine,
go ahead, Ty.
If
y'all gonna bank me, y'all banging me on the channel.
What he's gonna say, what he's trying to say, if you combine all the losses on his opponent's record, it's what the number that he's saying.
Yeah, it's like 864 losses.
So y'all.
I like Kell Brook. It's just the way he said it. It's the way he said it.
Y'all terrible, man. Why y'all doing my man like that, man? Y'all know this is a Kell Brook friendly show, man. He's welcome here at any time to do any interviews. He's welcome on the show, man. Kell Brook, if you're listening, you're welcome on the show at any time, dude. I don't care what they say about you. I think you can beat Charlo, and I think you will win the Errol Spence rematch, man. I got faith in you, my brother. Keep up the good work, man. But you said how many losses you said the combined total was what?
Well, like about 864 losses.
Come on with the 800, man. Come on.
Get your calculator and go to BoxRec and add that shit up. Whenever they fought, I went and added it up. You didn't see I said around 860. I said 864. I gave you a definite number. I added that shit up on my own. Shit. That motherfucker fought people that had 100 and something losses.
Nah, man, it's no way a guy got 100 losses
man,
still
go look
fighting.
up his record right now. Go to BoxRec.
Y'all starting to make shit up on the show, man. Why y'all doing that, man? No, it's a fan-friendly show, man. Why y'all starting to make 800 losses?
Bro, I got integrity.
Come on, yo.
I'm on my way right now.
This dude, man. Where the hell? What you smoking over there? That OG Kush? What you smoking over there, man?
You want that shit down the middle? You're gonna get it down the middle, bud.
God damn, dude. 800 losses?
Yeah.
Hell no, man. I backing Kell Brook, man. Kell Brook's a hell of a fighter, man. He ain't fought no.
I like him too, but that is yeah.
I
I like
like
Kell
Kell
Brook.
Brook
Kell Brook's
too.
one of my favorite welterweights.
I like him too. Shit.
Fam Oli in the chat said 100 losses. Whoa. How does a dude keep fighting after so many losses? Laugh out loud.
Oh look,
Then a
man.
guy,
Oh,
Sean Newton pulled up in the chat. He said a guy named Peter Buckley, 31 and 189.
I
Okay, and they
just
got
read in the
another one.
chat room.
God
We got
damn.
I
another
just
one.
read it.
We got another one.
No,
Brian Coleman, 24 and 139.
Who fought him?
Kell Brook. Then we got another one. We got another one. Look, 16 and 77, 12 and 85, 13 and 97, 11 and 58.
Man, y'all lying. Come on, man. Come
I'm
on,
on
man.
box rec, man. I'm not gonna lie on this dude like that, man.
Y'all, where y'all getting all these numbers from, y'all?
I
Box,
seen in the chat who said that Ocampo is in the he is in the top 10. He's third in the
Oh,
IBF.
the guy Sean Newton was saying he ain't in the top 10, I think.
No,
Sean
look,
Newton.
follow your boy. Follow your boy. Can you see that?
Oh no, he got it on the TV for you. No.
I already knew it. I just didn't want to be full of shit because I'm
Oh,
not above being wrong. I knew I did. I thought he was fourth. He's third in the IBF rankings. He has to be mandated. He got to be. He got to be within the top 10. Can't be mandated if you're not.
God damn, boy. But yeah, that's what I was saying though, man. So you said
You're
Kell
getting
Brook
straight
got
facts
that many
here.
losses, man. I ain't know Kell Brook had that many losses though.
nah, he didn't have that many losses. Those were the type of opponents he was fighting.
Oh, a dude had that many losses?
Like he was
Yeah.
fighting opponents that had damn near 200 losses. Some of them. One of them had 189. Another one had
Huh?
139.
What they was fighting in the amateur ranks? This is the amateur?
No, professional fighters, bro. I know it's
You
hard to
get
Who
come.
had 100 losses?
Hey, I
you
might
getting
have been
straight
wrong.
facts here, Corey. Straight facts, brother.
Come on, yo. I ain't go that. I mean, I go deep on. I mean, I try to get my facts and shit in, but y'all. I mean, I don't know where y'all getting this shit. Y'all pulling this shit out your ass, man.
No, I'm not. I'm adding.
Yeah.
I got my calculator and I'm adding it up again just in case I was wrong the first time.
You adding what up?
The amount of losses that his opponents had.
Hey, man, it's a Kell Brook friendly show, man. I don't know what you talking about.
Yeah.
Well, hey, bro, you got a Earl Spence fan right here, so I'm laughing at him every chance I get. But I do like him as a fighter, though.
Oh, Fam Oli said Kell Brook came a long way. Shout out to my boy Fam Oli, man. Shout out to my boy. Ernie Smith's brother was just as bad. Yeah, man, like I said, man. Rick Rock Ligon said, but I won't pick Brook against Spence. I made that mistake one time. Wow,
Listen,
so
I leaned towards Brook the first time when I went right down the middle. I actually leaned towards Brook the first time, but Brook's got two fucking broken eye sockets, boys.
he does?
He got two titanium plates in his eye.
No
You
way,
know?
dude.
Yeah. Fucking Triple G smashed the garlic butter out of
Oh
this
yeah,
one.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah,
Errol
yeah,
Spence
yeah, yeah,
smashed
yeah,
the rest of the pudding pie out of this one. Like
yeah,
that's
yeah,
a
yeah.
compromised fighter, man. You know what I'm saying? And I like Kell Brook, but I mean, you got two broken eye sockets and you're in a sport with that fucking requires brain trauma. I mean, we got to be real here.
But one thing I'm gonna say about Kell Brook, man, he's got a big ass heart, dude. I mean,
Oh,
he's
no
a
doubt,
tough motherfucker, man. Kell
no
Brook's a
doubt.
tough son of a bitch, man.
He has to be if I lean towards him to beat Errol the first time.
Man, y'all
But I
need to go
mean,
look at that Carson Jones fight again. Carson Jones was already whooping on his ass, man, the first time they fought. I
yeah, that
already
was a
knew
good
Who?
his
fight
ass.
actually. That was a good fight.
Carson Jones beat Sean Porter. So I heard about Carson Jones. Your boy Sean Porter, Trey X, your boy.
How you figure
He
that's my
beat
boy, man? I'm
Yeah, I
going
heard
with
you in
Spence.
Fanon chat, nigga. I heard you saying that was your boy, nigga.
I ain't never even been on this channel talking.
Who? Oh, you ain't never been on Fanon, Jump?
Nah.
Oh,
Now
okay.
I'm
That
an
must have
Earl
been
Spence
somebody
fan,
else.
man. I'm from Texas. I got a big ass
Oh.
tattoo of Texas on my back, and I'm riding with Spence.
Oh, okay.
Tell you,
All right.
he gonna
Okay.
whoop
All right.
Thurman. He gonna whoop Thurman and anybody else at 147. Crawford, they all gonna get a mud hole stomped in their ass, fucking with the truth.
So since you a Earl Smith fan, let me ask you something, man. Let me ask you a quick question real quick. Since you were such a Earl Spence fan, are you a biased Earl Spence fan, or can I
Bias,
ask you a real
bias is a
question?
motherfucker, but I try to be fair
Oh
as best as I
man,
can.
I
But I'm
can't even
biased.
ask you. Now I can't even ask you,
You
man.
can
No,
I
ask me.
Trey
was
keeps
gonna
Tell
ask you, man.
Trey
tell him,
keeps it
Ty.
down the middle. Trey keeps it down the middle.
I say that I'm biased, but shit, I'm a boxing fan before a fan of a boxer. I'm always gonna be looking on the side of progressing the sport instead of being a fanboy. That's just me. But I am a I like I
So
did
we
some
ain't
growing
got
up
no
in Dallas.
fanboy shit going on, do we?
No.
Look. I grew up in Dallas, man. So like
Yeah.
I boxed in Dallas. So like I kind of live vicariously through him a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. I feel. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
feel you
got
on
I
that.
got love for him. I know he done been to a lot of the gyms that I done been to. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I done been to boxing gyms all over Dallas. You know what I'm
For
saying?
real.
Yeah, for sure. I started out at Home of Champions with Curtis Coates. You know what I'm saying? Then I fought at Garland Powell. I done been all in GTO. I done been all in Oak Cliff Boxing Club. Man, I done been in all them gyms. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
shit. Rock Liggins in the chat just blew the chat up. He said Crawford's gonna knock Spence the fuck out. Why I added the fuck part, but he said he's gonna knock him out, man.
Yeah,
Okay, let him give a boxing perspective. We need a boxing perspective. That's too vague.
but before he even do that, that's why it's a good fight. Because half of them say Crawford gonna win, half of them say
Have
Spence.
you seen? Do you think Crawford has a good chance on beating your boy Spence? Or are you gonna be biased?
Man, I'm gonna give you the same thing that I always give. Like when I look at the fight, like I started boxing when I was 14. And
Mm-hmm.
like I was behind all the dudes that started fighting when they was like 8 years old. So I feel like that's a slight edge that Crawford has over Spence because Spence got a late start in the sport. But I also see a little bit of benefit for that because Spence is a little bit fresher. He ain't took damage as
There
long
you
as
go.
somebody like Crawford. And plus he bigger and like in Texas right now, like the fighters are really relying on the fundamentals. They living behind a jab. Earl Spence has a shotgun jab. He can hurt you with his jab. And that body work that he got, man, I think he's too big, he too strong, he too ferocious, and plus his stamina too good. He fight for every minute of the round. He cut the ring off, man. He controlled the distance so well.
Uh
He does too
oh.
many good things for Crawford, man.
I don't mean to cut you off, but Rock
That's
Liggins,
how you break
Rock,
a fight down. That's how
Rock.
you break a fight down, Corey. Whenever you get me, Sanctus, or Trey X on here, you're going to get the breakdown.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I respect y'all. He said, Rock Liggins says Spence. He says Spence southpaw advantage doesn't apply to Crawford.
Well, I
Oh,
didn't
probably
really,
because
Wow. Wow.
probably because Crawford switches, right?
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
he's trying to say he's trying to bring up the fact that when Crawford switched with Gamboa and knocked Gamboa out because he was going southpaw and Gamboa was southpaw.
Well, he
Yeah.
switched just about every fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a great fight. I
So
wish.
yeah, who y'all think gonna win against? I mean, before since I was gonna ask you an Earl Spence question, but since you're gonna be biased, I ain't even gonna go that way with you,
Bro,
man.
you can't see that I'm like I'm a fan, but at the same time, I'm gonna
You
break the
say you
fight
got
down.
the joint on your back, man. I don't even want to go there with you, man.
I ain't got Earl Spence on my back. I got Texas on my back.
All right. So you rocking with the Charlos too, then, huh?
See, that's why I surprise you.
Uh-oh.
Like I like the Charlos, but at the same time, like I can't just give them all the respect in the world because I only seen them beat two prospects so far. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't seen them beat no world beaters yet, so I'm gonna have to just reserve a little bit of judgment. But I do like their jabs. I like the little right hands. But I don't. I wish they would go to the body a little bit more. Cause that's one reason why I'm behind Earl Spence so tough. You know what I'm saying? I love that ferocious body attack. So the really for me, the jury is still out on the Charlos a little bit more. I need to see a little bit more.
So yeah, so Sean Newton in the chat was saying, what you think about Mikey Garcia wanting to fight Earl Spence Jr.?
Already answered. Mikey already answered it. He don't like his style. He don't want to deal. He more or less said, in other words, that the style is more difficult. The man said he's going to move around or run around, which is just in boxing terms, he's going to use lateral movement. And the man literally said he's going to use his height and his reach. Well, that's what the fuck he's supposed to use. So, in other words, he's just saying that fight's more difficult style wise for me, or that I would prefer to deal with. And I like Mikey. Mikey already answered that question. It don't matter anyways because there's a thing called an acclimation process. He ain't even acclimated to 140 fully, so don't matter at 147. Mikey can't go to 147 right now, but he said he prefers Spence because he don't like Crawford style. Mikey
Man,
said it out of his own mouth.
look, Mikey just talking. He not gonna fight now one of them. It ain't no evidence on Mikey's resume that he's gonna fight somebody like that. He gonna stick with his slot teaching ends and his fucking lipping yet type shit. He ain't about to go fight somebody like that.
Lipinets.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
lipping
So
yet's a good fighter, but shit, he ain't fighting nobody like no Earl Spence, man. Come on.
it's
Mikey is
saying
calling them out, but I mean, if you're not even in the division yet and you're already saying who do you rather fight over style, that just goes to show you. That'd be like me. Trey X is a boxer, and Trey X is a more experienced boxer than me. So if I was gonna spar Trey X, that'd be like me. Well, no, I'd rather spar Johnny over there because Trey X is going to use his experience. He's going to use his jab. That's just going to tell you right off the bat that I might not want to spar Trey X over his experience. Like what motherfucker says, well, he's going to use his height and his reach. Well, that's what the fuck that's what he's supposed to do. Not going to stay in there. So I mean, that's why he ain't calling. That's why he'd rather not have Crawford.
I don't think he won down one of them. Ty. I think he just being smart and just keeping his name out there and got us talking.
And I like Mikey, man. I got a lot of respect for Mikey, but I have respect for weight divisions. That's when it comes into me when I say I'm a fan of boxing over boxers. There's a thing called weight divisions. There's a thing called an acclimation process. There's an actual process when you move up weight. So when you're not even acclimated to a division that's lower than the one you're talking about, it ain't even serious with me. You just can't be jumping these weights whenever you feel like it. Go take a look at Brook with two broken eye sockets and Khan knocked out in outer space with the soul knocked out his body, and tell me if there ain't supposed to be an acclimation process when moving up in weight.
I agree.
well, one thing I was gonna say about that is back onto the Bud Crawford and Jeff Horn fight. You got Terrence Crawford and Jeff the Hornet Horn facing the day got pulled back because Top Rank, didn't have enough money for the fight to promote the fight at that time, or Bob Arum didn't want to come out of his pocket. One or the other, the fight didn't get made. It got postponed. So it's getting postponed until about April, or Mayish, is what I'm hearing. Do y'all think Horn has a fight? Do y'all think Horn has a reasonable chance in this fight? And do y'all think he beat Manny Pacquiao? What are y'all thoughts? What are y'all thoughts, man? I appreciate it.
Go ahead, Trey.
Well, as far as the Pacquiao and the Horn fight, when I first watched the fight, I felt like Horn won. I mean, he outworked him, and then I like when he got him against the ropes and stuff. I like how he was splitting Manny Pacquiao guard with them uppercuts and stuff. Now I know Pacquiao had his big moment in the ninth round, but he survived that and got to the cards. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like he did enough to pull it out. Now against Crawford, I mean, Crawford ain't been at this weight yet. He fighting a big welterweight. Like Ty always say, I feel like he gonna offer some resistance against Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he gonna come in with his rough, rugged style. And plus, I don't think he gets enough credit for his little bit of footwork he got because he don't just come in straight lines. He does like circle around a little bit and then jump in with some, kind of suddenly. You know what I'm saying? So I think he got enough physicality to give Terrence Crawford some problems, but I think Terrence Crawford was still outbox him. I think
Mhm.
he's gonna have to get on his bicycle a little bit though. You know what I'm saying? Put the skills on him.
Yeah, I think I had Manny beating Horn, and as far as Horn and Crawford goes, it goes right back to what I said, an acclimation process, and it goes right back to what I said. I don't go on speculation. because this is an acclamation fight for Terrence Crawford. For anybody that respects weight divisions, they're looking at this fight to see so they can come up with a gauge of how Crawford does at 147. I got Crawford winning the fight. The technical breakdown of why I have Crawford winning the fight is because Jeff Horn squares up, and with him being able to switch from southpaw back to orthodox and his jab, I got Terrence Crawford winning the fight. But weight does matter. He ain't. I got him winning the fight, but in a nutshell. But Jeff Horn, there's going to be some resistance because the man's moving up in weight. You can look at all the highlights you want of these fighters in the lower weight divisions. You don't know how they're going to transfer up into a higher weight division until you see it. So I got Crawford beating Horn with resistance.
Yeah, and me to piggyback off both of y'all and what y'all saying, just to piggyback off y'all a little bit. I think that Manny Pacquiao actually won the first fight with Jeff Horn. I think it was blasphemous and sheer negligence from Manny Pacquiao for the rematch to be in Australia. You signed for that, and you were the A side of the fight. The A side always picks where the rematch is. You know what I mean? That's what the A side gets. You know what I mean? You get privileges like that when you're the A side. And I thought that Mayweather. I said Mayweather. I want Mayweather back. But yeah, Pacquiao. I think Pacquiao still has it, man. That's what fucks me up about the Jeff Horn fight, man. I thought he had a couple bad rounds. It was a hometown decision, and he got what he was looking for, dude. You're not gonna go to You're not gonna go to somebody else's backyard. And I'm not being racist or anything, and because I got white in me too. But you're not gonna go to a white man's backyard and expect to pull that shit back out and take your belt back home, dude. The dude won a couple rounds. You know, I'm not gonna say Jeff Horn's the great white hope out there, but the dude can box, man. The dude's a legit boxer. He's a legit fighter. He was outweighing, Pacquiao by at least, 15 to 20 pounds, dude. The weight difference was very noticeable, man. Manny Pacquiao didn't look anywhere near Jeff Horn's size, and that's
No.
going to be another telltale sign when Jeff Horn fights Terrence Crawford. Jeff Horn is going to outweigh Terrence Crawford by at least 10 pounds. By at least 10 pounds because he's the natural bigger guy. You got a guy like Terrence Crawford coming up. I don't give a fuck if he can fight with four hands. You know what I mean? You got a guy coming up for 135. You're fighting a guy that's been at 147 since he pretty much started his career, which is Jeff Horn. And with the guy Newton in the chat said that he said that Horn was an Olympian. He said that Jeff Horn was an Olympian. So that should tell you a lot about his amateur pedigree. This is just not no fluke that he beat Manny Pacquiao, man. He did win some rounds with Manny Pacquiao, but my personal opinion is once he won those rounds, they added a couple more rounds with him because it was his hometown decision. So I mean now,
but look though, I hate to cut you out, brother, but like they don't really have to add nothing to it because like Horn has a style that can get the crowd involved. Like even if what he's doing isn't effective, if he jumping in and working, the crowd is gonna be cheering even if he missing, and that sometimes can sway the judges. So just Pacquiao having that fight over there was just a mistake in the first place. They should have done their homework a little bit more on that one.
Yeah, that was a cherry pick gone wrong.
Yeah, for sure. That's
And
all I
that's
was gonna say, bro.
What'd you say?
No, that's all I was gonna say, bro.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah. So what I was gonna pretty much say is I think Terrence Crawford and Jeff Horn, I think that's gonna be a lot closer than what people think, man. I think that's gonna be a lot closer fight than what people think. Because I think that Manny Pacquiao, him being old, I think he still does have. I might be wrong. I could be. People might say I'm crazy, but I think he has a speed advantage over Terrence Crawford. I think Manny Pacquiao has a speed advantage over Terrence Crawford. You know what I mean? I think my personal opinion is I think a C-level Manny Pacquiao could beat most B-level, A-level fighters of today right now, man. Because Manny Pacquiao can pick you apart. And they only made one Mayweather. And that's the only one that I've ever seen decisively in the last 10 to 15 years beat Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could say that those fights with Muammar Marquez, you know, they could have went both ways. You know what I mean?
Except
But
for the one where he knocked his ass out.
huh? Oh, what you know that I'm saying other than the knockouts he has on his record, because he's got a couple of them early in his career too. If y'all checked his earlier career out too, but
Yeah.
you know, other than the knockouts, you know, when he was still standing on his feet at the end of the bell, I thought he won pretty much all of those fights. You know what I mean? I think he won the Timothy Bradley fight. You know what I mean? All those fights I thought he won. You know what I mean? That should have never been that was Bob Arum, y'all. Do y'all not
No,
see
we
what
ain't
Bob Arum's doing?
underestimating. Rock, we ain't underestimating. We're just saying there's going to be some resistance from Jeff Horn. What's being underestimated is that this is an acclamation fight. Jeff Horn's a bigger dude. When you move up in weight, there's
I'm not
little
underestimating.
nuances that happen. You know what I mean? When you move up in weight, there's little nuances you got to look for.
Hey
Which
Trey X, Rock Liggins said you guys are underestimating Crawford's physical strength.
no, I'm just not underestimating Jeff
Yeah,
Horn's size.
yeah, I'm not picking Horn to win. No, hell
No,
no.
I'm not picking Horn to win, but I think it's gonna be a competitive fight though. Some guys think Horn's gonna get whitewashed. He's just gonna get blown out of the water, man. I
I
don't
mean,
think that's gonna happen.
I mean, if I saw Crawford employ some lateral movement against Postal, I don't think it's out the realm of possibility that he'll also try to box Horn, especially it's his first fight at 47.
He
You
is
know what
going to box Horn. That's what you do. You box the bigger guy.
I mean? Yeah, so that's
You don't
all I'm
walk the
saying.
bigger guy down. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying he's gonna go out there and box him.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
Terrence
So
Crawford's got an IQ. He ain't going to go toe to toe with that man and knock that man down.
and then I
You
mean,
know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
and I'm just saying Horn is strong enough where I think he might be able to walk through a couple of shots. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And offer a measure of resistance.
He is. I think so too. Like every other fighter that moves up in weight and has a level of resistance. Did Lipinets give Mikey Garcia a level of resistance even though Mikey Garcia won? Did Lipinets look better than everybody thought he did? Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
Why is that? Did Mikey look exactly what he looked like that 135 or 130? No, he didn't. It's because he moved up weight.
Yeah, I agree with that, man.
Yeah, for sure, man.
You move
But
up and
look,
wait, the motherfucker take that shit.
but look, man, I'm gonna wrap this shit up, man. It's 3:30, about around 3:30, about my time, man. But let me get some of y'all's final thoughts, man. On what's going on, for the weekend. The whole, the Dillian White fight ain't really that much, but let guys know, who you got. Do y'all guys, you know, wrapping up the show or whatever, I want to know what you guys think about the whole, Canelo Alvarez deal. That's what we started the show on, and that's what we're gonna finish it on, in my opinion. That's what I'm gonna finish it on anyway. Y'all can finish it on whatever y'all want to. But I mean, my personal opinion is with the whole Canelo Alvarez thing, I think the sanctioning bodies are a fucking joke. I think that everybody in the Nevada State Athletic Commission should be fired and reprimanded. It's a big ring going on, and we see it right in front of our eyes, man. It's going right in front of our eyes, man. Anytime you get suspended, but your fight gets to go on in 2 months from now, that's fucking disgusting, dude. I mean, what type of athletic commission do we have right now in boxing, man? I mean, do you get to pay your way out in the whole scheme of things in boxing, period? No matter what commission you're at, man, because this is not the only faulty commission that we have. It's more than one commission that's faulty. Most of them, I'm not gonna say all, but most of them are fucked up, man. They have a lot of hidden back alleys in there. They're real dirty. Is pretty much what I'm saying, man. They're dirty commissions. They don't hold their fighters accountable. They give them a smack on the wrist and a fine and tell them, a smack on the ass and say, go ahead and fight for $20 million in 2 months. Y'all can go ahead and finish it out.
Well,
Go
first of all,
ahead, Trey.
yeah, first of all, I just like to say I appreciate you for having me on the show to talk some boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't say that in the beginning, but Yeah, I agree with what you're saying, but what I'm ended on is what I'm looking forward to in boxing right now is I want to see what Kovalev gonna do with Marcus Brown. That's
Ooh.
something that just been on my mind. You know what I'm saying? Trying to break the little fight down. So that's just what
We
I'm
can
looking
get
for.
we. I don't want to cut you off. We can get in that tomorrow, man. I'm gonna do a live show tomorrow. We can do that. We can have the same people that's on right now. If y'all available, we can do the same shit tomorrow, man. But go ahead.
Oh yeah, cause I mean, yeah, it's whatever with me. But after this right here, I'm about to go check out this video that you did on Dillian White and Lucas Brown. You know what I'm saying? So I can get my opinion on that. But that's just what I'm gonna end the show on. I appreciate it, and shit, I'm on this Marcus Brown and Kovalev, man, because I think it's an interesting fight.
No doubt.
Yeah, I'm a Trey. That's an intriguing matchup to me. The Kovalev Brown fight because I want to see where Kovalev's head's at because the two guys, with no disrespect to his last two opponents, they were opponents that were put in there to make him look good, to build up his confidence. Marcus Brown, we're gonna find out where
My
his head's
bad. Hey, my bad, y'all. I don't mean to cut y'all off, but Rock Liggins just said he said I just found out about the Canelo suspension. That's what the fucking the title of this video is. Keep going, Ty Legacy. The fucking video is named Canelo is a suspension from drugs.
Rock, I see your question in there.
Oh
We
my
can get
goodness.
he wants to sign off, but we could probably get into that Boo Boo Andre fight tomorrow if you want. I got Boo Boo Andre. I think once he has one more acclamation fight, I think he's a problem for everybody. Even though a lot of people are critical of him from being inactive, but Boo Boo Andre is a bad motherfucker. That boy got skills. But yeah, Kovalev and Brown, we're gonna see where Kovalev's head's at. I already slightly lean towards Kovalev, but I wouldn't put it past Brown to beat him. We gonna see.
Rock Liggins said tomorrow. Can y'all talk? Sergey Dervinchenko versus Andre. Oh, okay, that's what you were just. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
That's what you were just talking about. But yeah, so yeah, final words. Ty Legacy, give Trey X, or I'll get your information from Ty Legacy, and then we can just go from there. Trey X, all right.
All right, that's a bet, bro.
All right,
Yep.
man. Peace and love to all the fans, man. This was a fucking classic show tonight. We had blood boxing on tonight. And I mean, it couldn't have got any better, man, on a Friday night. And this was a show that we weren't going to do at first. It just came out of the blue. God is good, man. Peace and love. And until the next time, peace.
Peace out.